Hey, Tony Gas here, just popping in. I was sitting here and kind of going through emails and stuff, and I always try to. I'm on something new right now to where I'm thinking about legacy, and what I mean by legacy is the definition of it is the gift you leave the world, like what you leave behind. And so, what I'm thinking about, and I'm sharing this with you because maybe you may start to think about this more. But it's like, I don't want to just pass through life. I don't want to live and die as just a social security number. So the reason why I'm shooting so many videos is because you never know when God gonna call you home. And I wanna leave something that even my great grandkids that I may not get to meet will have something that they can go and really have a guide for life of everything that life has taught me. That if Instagram goes away or if YouTube goes away, the videos will probably be migrated to somewhere else. My sons will migrate it to somewhere else or put it on a different platform or create a platform that is in our name that has all of my videos that can be archived and passed down. So that's really why in every free moment that I get, instead of just wasting too much time looking at stuff online, I'll just shoot a video and just talk, thinking about legacy. And I think that's important because I feel like each of us have a story to tell, and everybody has wisdom. And I wish I had more time. And I'm gonna start hopefully one day to where I can do Zoom calls with people who I find interesting or people I hear about who have lived a interesting life. And ironically now, a lot of times I reach out to men and they don't respond. And I'll tell you why. One thing we don't like as men is we don't like for another man. We don't want to feel like another man is judging us. We don't want to feel like another man is better than us. And we don't want to, we'll feel insecure. If another man is doing something that we know we should be doing, but we're not doing it. It's embarrassing. Like if I go out to lunch with somebody and I'm like, yeah, can I have an Arnold Palmer, which is sweet tea and sugary lemonade. And the guy I'm with, he's like, yes, can I have a water? And I'm like, and then I'm like, can I have this sunrise burger? And how do you want your egg on there? A little over easy. So now I got the burger, which that's red meat. It got bacon on there. That's swine. It got an egg on there. So that's like, where it come from? The chicken. The chicken probably had steroids in it. They probably was shooting the chicken up. So now, this one I'm finna eat. And then the man I'm sitting down to eat with, he like, yeah, so what is this, couscous? Yeah, could I have some of the, this here couscous salad? Now what do you have in there? Like, fresh cucumbers and avocado, a little crushed pepper on there. Okay, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Really? It's like, come on, man. Now you see I'm finna sit here and eat a plate of death, and then you finna order a plate of life right here in my face. And so as men, we don't like that feeling. So a lot of times when I reach out to men, I'm like, hey man, I would love to interview you, on Zoom and just talk to you. I don't get a response. And I cannot fathom ignoring someone who comes to me with over 3 million people online, and they got a verified account. I could Google this person. I cannot ignore a man who come to me like that. But do y'all know it's several men I write and I do not get a response. And what I look at it as, because I want to interview people and I want to hear people's story, because I feel like everybody got something to teach. But sometimes I realize, it could just be God saying, hey, I don't want you to align your brand with this particular person. Or I don't want you to, this person got some stuff going on that you don't know about it and it's going to come out later. And I remember one time somebody reached out to me to do a tour. This happened a few times. One time somebody reached out to me to do a tour. I said, no. I said, no, I ain't have a good. Come to find out, one of the persons on the tour got exposed, was in a cheating scandal. Then another time somebody came to me and said, hey, such want to do a tour with you. I said, no, I don't do tour. I don't partner like that. Come to find out, this person here recently got exposed for stealing people money, like scamming, like getting paid for a service and not delivering what they charge people for. And I remember another time a guy came to me, somebody came to me and was like, hey, man, we should do a tour. Let's do a tour. And then the guy went through multiple divorces. And I'm like, each of these times, it would have been terrible for what I'm trying to build. Because birds of a feather flock together, so people just look and be like, no, okay, you was on a 10-city tour with this person, so you doing what they doing, okay, what you got going on? Try to make sure ain't nobody trying to get him a car. I have to watch my doors. I don't think my door locked. I was driving my wife around today, so I drove her and the boys to school in my van. This my mobile office, and then drove her to the walk-in clinic. She got a little cough on her, and then drove her home. Then I drove her to the blow bar, which is a terrible name, by the way, but where to get hair blow dried. But that used to mean something else back in the day. You get the hair washed and blow dried, and then drove her to lunch, and then drove her here to this thing. She doing a little restoration place where you could get little, hydrating stuff. She doing compression on her legs. And see, when I drive in here, she could sit right here, and she could lean back. These chairs recline. She could recline and just kick back, and up there's the TV. She'll just sit back here and read her book. But I'm doing this because, for one, I like to drive. It's peaceful for me. And then two, I want to treat her, like a queen. I want her to be able to relax. And so this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I got the boys, and we was all gonna fly to New York because we have these like shoppers that you meet online. Like if you're looking for a certain t-shirt or something, it's people online who work at the different little stores, and you could go to them and they'll send you an invoice or what have you, or you send them your card information, they charge your card, and they overnight you the stuff. So one of her favorite shoppers she shopped with is in New York, and another one is in New Jersey. And so for her birthday, which she already know this, so I ain't telling y'all nothing, but what I wanted to be able to do is fly her to New York. I was going to fly her to LA. We was going to fly together, New York and LA, and then Miami, so she could shop with, at different fashion districts. But just so happened it came out, I said, you know what? She need a break, because when the boys is there, she on mommy mode, and she can't focus on herself. And she, 7-year-old, he tug on her heart, and it's a lot on her, because she's just so mommy mode. She a A+ mom. Like, she is not selfish when it comes to our kids. It's all about them. And so I said, you know what, you go up there, because just in case Tony have practice, because Lil T called Tony the third. If he has practice, if he missed practice, he can't play in his next game. His coach have that rule. So right now, that's his ministry, that's his focus, his practice. And homecoming is coming up. They got practice tomorrow for his homecoming dance performance that they doing. And so my wife flying to New York, and her sister is an attorney in her first year as an attorney in New York. And so she gonna be able to get up with her youngest sister, and they're gonna be able to go to the two different places that she like to shop at, that normally I order this stuff offline through these shoppers, or she order it and they send it. But she'll get to go in person. And then she'll fly back Saturday, and we'll pick her up from the airport, and then we'll have her cake and stuff Saturday, but her birthday is Sunday. Now she know all about all this. This is not a surprise or nothing like this year. And sometimes surprises are not the best thing, because sometimes you want to make sure you're doing what the person wants to do for their day. Because a lot of times when we do surprises, we do it kind of in our style, or what we think they want, but then it be off, and then they day is off. So what we do in our relationship, we kind of rather communicate so that we get to do what we want to do on our day to the fullest, because we done made those mistakes before in our marriage. So we learned from that. One time, when I turned 25, she booked a VIP table at the club. My wife liked to dance, and so, you know, being Jamaican, she liked to dance. Not twerk, she don't twerk or nothing like that, but she liked to dance. And so I hate the club, and I hate dancing, and I do not dance. You know, I don't like dancing. You know, I dance like somebody else. I ain't got no rhythm like that. It's just out of my personality. And so we in the club, and I'm like, why would you do this? But she just thought this is what you do. You know, she was 23, and that's what people would do for their birthday. Buy a table, a VIP table, got your bottles, and you in there dancing. But that ain't my style. And then for her birthday, I remember I booked like a dinner and a movie. That ain't her style. So now we kind of communicate about what we want to do, and then we support. But she didn't expect this coming for her birthday, going to these 3 different cities. Because when she come back Saturday, I ordered this special cake that looked real dope, real cool looking cake. And so we gonna kick it. And the boys got to go to bed, because my son, on her birthday, he has a soccer game, and his school, his grade has a trip to the Florida Keys, I think it is. So because it's for school and it's for a grade, and we had to pay $725 for this trip, he's missing the soccer game to go on this trip, but he have to be at the school at 5 a.m. on my wife's birthday, which is Sunday, September 26th. So everybody who is a parent, you know how selfless you have to become as a parent, because if it wasn't for the trip, we still would be at a soccer game in Miami on my wife's birthday. So we're going to drop him off at the school at 5, and then we're going to drive on to Miami area, because there's a shopper down there that I shop with for her a lot, and she shop with her too. And that'll be her 3rd shop. And because my wife, you know, she loved fashion. She loved fashion. And so fortunately, she has the things that money can't buy. And you can't buy a new purse or a new pair of shoes with love, you know. So You have to spend a little something. So I've been working. And then also what I'm doing is, what I did is what I decided to do is a little on Tony Gaskins Academy. On Tony Gaskins Academy, the courses are 50% off. And I told her, any course that somebody buys, I'm gonna give the proceeds to her for her birthday, from, like a blessing from the academy, from my supporters, because I take so much time from her to be here with you and to create courses and to provide content. It takes time away from her, because that's time that I could be spending with her, time I could be spending with our kids. But this is my purpose. It's also a part of how we earn a living, and so it has to be done. But at the same time, that time that is taken away, I never can get that time back. I never can give her that time again. For the countless hours that you see on my YouTube channel and the countless hours worth of content in the academy, those are all hours that one day I know I wish I had those hours with my wife and my kids. And so on her birthday, every year I try to do like a little, blessing sale to where the proceeds go to her. So if you don't have the course that you've been wanting or that you need from TonyGaskinsAcademy.com, you got through September 26th to get it at a discounted price. Now, on the life coach certification, it's discounted now. That's a $2,500 course. It's at $1,000. A lot of people, yeah, right. If it's $2,500, you wouldn't be selling it for $1,000. Okay, you gonna see. You gonna see. I don't lie. I don't do sales tactics. I'm just a giver. So you literally, people signing up for this course right now, they getting this course $1,500 off. I really could charge $5,000 for the course, but $2,500 in this season within the next year, that's the most I want to charge is $2,500. I really, it's the competitors, people with other life coaching certification courses with the same type of information. It ain't gonna be the same, because it come from my experience and it come from me building my coaching brand and becoming a life coach for a multi-billion-dollar corporation as the life coach to their most important assets, whatever you call them, clients, associates, or whatever. Me being a coach for those individuals in a multi-billion-dollar corporation as a life coach with no college degree, it's things I had to do to be able to get in that position. And so that's what I teach in my certification course. And so that's priceless, really. So I could charge $5,000, $10,000, because in coaching, I teach several different ways you could coach without just doing one-on-one and build a 6-figure, 7-figure, or whatever figures you take it to. The infrastructure can be 8, 9, 10 figures. It's coaches with the same infrastructure who make 10 figures. So it just take time and building your brand if that's how you want to take it. So I want y'all to understand this. This is not a game. When you see me selling these courses for these prices, it's not a sales tactic. It's like I try my best to give it for the best price I could do it for, until the market just forces me to raise the price. Because if my price stays super duper low and everybody else price in the same market it's like if you go to buy a Toyota Camry and everybody got it for sale for $20,000 and yours for sale for $10,000, you like, what's wrong with it? That's the same thing when it comes to pricing courses. It's like people like, okay, it must ain't worth nothing then, because if you got this brand, 3.5 million people online, and you charging $200 for a life coach certification, and you've earned X amount of dollars, and we could see that you've built success, and you only charging $200, like, what is in this course? Is it worth it? You see what I mean? So make sure you get over TonyGassacademy.com before the end of the 26th. And that's going to my wife. And I'm sharing that, and I'm being transparent about that, because I also want people to know that we can't be, I don't like the relationship of when people come online. I don't like when people come online and they pretend that they're married to their audience. And it's a lot of people who come online and they pretend that they're single because they want to create a virtual romanticship. That's a word today. A virtual romanticship relationship with their audience. I gotta make sure, because my phone gonna cut off at a certain time, because I gotta go pick up little Tatum. And I don't like to do that. Like, I want you to know that I have a wife and I call her a queen, and I cherish her, I love her, and I respect her, and I want to celebrate her. And that's important to me, that people know, like, I don't ever want to come on here as a relationship coach and pose as single, or not show my wife and not talk about my wife. And it's a huge red flag in my eyes if a guy is talking about love and relationships and not showing or talking about the love of his life. Now, you ain't got to be shown, because sometimes your spouse don't want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to be shown, but at least need to be known. If not shown, at least need to be known. And so hopefully everybody on my page know by now that I have a queen. And if you did not know, and I love her, cherish her. And the thing about it is, the way I'm trying to love her, it's bigger than her and I. It's really between me and God. Like, I'm loving her not because I say she deserves this, because God give us more than we deserve. So I don't want to love my wife based on how much she cook, or how much she clean, or how much she sleep with me. I don't want to love her based on what I feel like she puts out. I want to love her based on the command that God gave me to love her. And that's an unconditional, unmerited love. So that's a love to where if she don't cook a month, I still want my love to be on the highest level it could be on. And any man watching this, I want you to understand that, like, that is the goal. Because we loving her as unto the Lord, and God sees our heart. And to love like that, it takes humility. It takes humility. It takes selflessness. So imagine what you can accomplish in the world, in your life, in your business, if you are humble and selfless. If you remove your ego and you operate from a place of passion, zeal, love, dedication, commitment, and faithfulness. So if you can learn how to be all of those things in your relationship, it is that much easier to be all of those things on your job or in your business. And the same type of results that it will yield in a relationship, the fruitful results that it brings in a relationship, it will yield that same type of fruit in your business. So that has been the secret. That has been the key. People, I meet young guys and be like, man, how did you reach this level? You know, as a young man, without a manager, without like an agent, without a publicist, without a team. How did you get to the place to where you can earn a good living doing what you love? My answer is, I love my wife. Huh? What it got to do with business? I'm faithful to my wife. By me developing the discipline to love my wife selflessly and to be faithful to my wife, that taught me everything else I need to know. That taught me everything else I need to know. Because I could then translate that same character, that same passion and zeal and commitment to my business. And that changes everything. Hey, this Tony Gas. I'm on here just rambling, but that's part of it too. Because even in the rambling, it could be something for somebody. God bless you.